Hey guys, Josiah here. I don't usually do like serious videos, but I'm trying to change that at least a little bit. I don't know. Like y'all know me, I'm a very like silly person. I really like being silly. It's a very fundamental part of who I am, but I want to like balance things out a little bit at least and speak about a little bit more serious things. Because I think it's cool that I have a little audience here, you know? Like, there's some of y'all watching this. That's really cool to me. So, just wanted to share some changes, specifically musically. I've been releasing music as, well, it was King Josiah at first, right? That was back in 2015 when I released Ghost Plasma. Yeah. So it's King Josiah. Then I got on streaming and I ran into this issue where there are a bunch of other King Josiahs. So my genius solution to that was to promote myself from King Josiah to God King Josiah. What is that, from fucking like Warhammer or something? I don't even know anything about that. I just know that there are like God Kings. It's probably like a real thing from history. I'm no historian. But anyways, yeah. So I was on the God King Josiah thing for a while. But you know, over the past couple years especially, I've been growing increasingly dissatisfied with my musical output, or my artistic output in general. And kind of the overarching theme with that is that just dissatisfied with, like I said, I'm a very fundamentally silly person. It's just, I'm a bit of a jester, a clown, if you will. But, like, that's not all that I am. Like, I'm also fucking emo. That is to say. Not like that, like, kind of. But no, like, oh shit, very wet. I'm an emotional person. I'm a very emotional person, and I have some very serious sides, and a lot of my life is not so funny. Not so funny at all. And I've been using humor as like this defense mechanism. I don't know, I feel like it's like kind of transparent and obvious. It's complicated because a lot of the humor is sincere, but in the context of my art, it definitely is used as a coping mechanism to defend me from being vulnerable, because I have a lot of self-hatred. I've had a lot of self-hatred in my attitude towards myself, to the degree at which I won't allow myself to be vulnerable because it's a really painful thing. I cringe really hard at myself when I try and be vulnerable and sincere. So it's a very difficult thing to like make sense of, but I am making sense of it, and it's clear to me at this point that I want a change in artistic direction in general, and that includes my music. So God King Josiah, I mean, just the fucking name. The name alone is very kind of like lofty and grandiose in a way that I'm almost poking fun at my narcissistic qualities. I have some narcissistic qualities. I'm laughing because, again, a lot of these things in retrospect seem very like obvious. Yeah, I don't want to like label myself as a narcissist though, because I'm not. I'm a very deeply insecure person who has, in recent years, it all started with this acid trip that I had in May 2018, where I was listening to Mr. Bungle. I was listening to California by Mr. Bungle, and I had this like universe brain moment where I was like, oh my god, this album is genius. And I was like reading the lyrics and stuff, and I was like, I want to make like really grandiose, like lofty, high concept art, because I felt very validated by the idea of being high concept and virtuosic and super intelligent, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. So a lot of, I don't know, some of you may have been like keeping up with these vlogs I make. which I love. I love my vlogs. I love my fucking self-help vlogs. I started making those because there are several of these like self-help guru types on YouTube that I've kind of passively followed for years and randomly come across that are like inspiring to me in sort of like almost like anti-inspirational, like anti-role models, because it's like, wow, these people are fucking jokes. But at the same time, it's really fun to emulate them as a like a format for improv. And what I love about improv is that it's a great format for kind of exercising my demons, so to speak, because all these unconscious beliefs and attitudes and whatnot kind of come up. They come out in the midst of this. And I find that very therapeutic in some ways. But at the same time, it's not like, I don't know, it gets a little frustrating after a while to be like, hey, haha, I'm parodying this thing or whatever. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, to be like, hey, I'm parodying this thing, but then not actually doing anything about it and like continuing these like harmful patterns of behavior and thought and all these unprocessed traumas and repressed feelings and all that. So, this is probably going to be a long video. Whatever, that's fine. Yeah. But yeah, so, and I feel like the God King Josiah alias is just another manifestation of that. Where it's like, I don't know. It's not just about that though. It's also about my musical stylings. And how chaotic and silly everything is. Very, very deeply chaotic and silly. I mean, if you've heard any of my albums since like the Normal album, even before that even, but I think especially starting with the Normal album, it's been very, very parodical, is that a word? Satirical, whatever, and silly and ridiculous and all over the place. And that's fun. That's fun. A lot of this coincided with my love for Frank Zappa that kind of flourished in 2020. And I still love Frank Zappa. But it's missing something. You know, it's missing sincerity. It's missing peace, tranquility, you know, order. Things that I like. Things that I like. I don't know. I'm not going to get too deep into all this, but the gist is I'm making a pretty drastic turn in musical direction and more generally artistic direction and personal direction. All these things they're all the same, basically. At the nature preserve right now. Look at these trees, fellas. Look at these, whatever this is. Yeah. Yeah, so let me organize my thoughts for a second here. So as of late, you know, I'm 4 months into therapy now, guys. I've not really been in therapy in my adult life. I mean, last time I was in therapy was when I was like 20. I'm turning 28 in a month. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, when I was like 20, and another time before that. But every other time I've been in therapy, I just kind of like lied to my therapist. Most of the time I didn't even realize I was doing it. I just like had this whole thing with like authority figures and feeling like I need to present myself in a very censored way or whatever. But anyways, I'm in therapy now, and it's been really helpful for me. And it's part of what's leading to all these like pretty drastic pivots in my attitude towards things. anyways, let me rein this all in. That is all to say that I'm just a lot more focused on like the simple and mundane and ordered and peaceful, meditative, reflective, etc., etc. And that's my change in musical direction. Gosh, you guys, I'm so used to these videos, these like vlogs being like completely like satirical and whatnot, that me recording this right now, it's hard for me to be sincere, because to be sincere feels like I'm making fun of myself, because I'm so used to that being the context of making these videos. But I gotta let go of that. Really doesn't matter. I would rather be sincere with you guys. So so we can develop a nice, healthy parasocial relationship. Great. Awesome. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I am retiring the God King Josiah alias. No more. I'm sorry if that's sad news to my 10 fans out there, but hey, sorry guys. I'm not stopping making music though. Because here's the thing that I've realized more and more over time. Making music for me fundamentally is just like any art. It's just a byproduct of being me. Like it's literally just a byproduct of being human. It's not like, see, part of the problem is that I've treated it like it's an end in and of itself. Like as in the sense of the artwork, like treating it like a product, like a commodity, you know, because whatever, I'm not going to get into the philosophy behind that, but yeah, that's unhealthy for me. That's not good. I would rather treat it as just like a byproduct, you know, like you take a shit. Like you don't worship the shit. You don't frame it. I don't know, maybe that'd be cool if you like framed shit. Put it in a hermetically sealed, transparent frame. I mean, you'd want it to be hermetically sealed or else it'd smell really bad. But yeah, what the fuck was I saying? Yeah, making art is a byproduct of just being me. Blah, blah, blah. So I want to just stop getting so lofty and high concept about things and just like continue doing what I'm doing, which is just making stuff because I enjoy making it. And I also want to share it with the world. I do want a little bit of validation and approval. There's nothing wrong with that in and of itself. What's unhealthy is how much I've relied on that validation to the point where like I will panic if I don't get any response to something. Like that's not good. That's not good. So I'm making these adjustments to my life, and I'm seeing all these like drastically different attitudes emerging. And yeah, this is reflective of that. Anyways, that was pretty long-winded. Looks like we're 12 minutes in. Good Lord. I don't know who's actually going to sit down and watch all this. If you do, we're either actual friends or we've got a really cool parasocial relationship going on. So hell yeah. I should start selling my socks. Anyways, yeah, so my new alias, I'm thinking I'm going to start releasing music as Josiah Bugmeal, because that's a fun name. It feels like a fun contrast to God King Josiah, you know, where God King Josiah is like all super lofty and whatnot. Also, it's very gendered. I don't feel like a king. I feel more on the femme side of things, which is something I have not really done much work on exploring my social presentation in that regard. That's an entirely different thing though. It's gonna take a lot more time and courage to explore that. But anyways, yeah, Josiah Bugmeal. And I kind of want to just start casually releasing stuff, because what I've done up until now is like I have a big vault that's full of like doodles and like let me lower my voice. There are people going for peaceful walks around here. Here I am yelling about myself. But yeah, I have all these doodles and whips, as they're called, just sitting around, and it's like I'm waiting for like the perfect opportunity to release them. Not even release them, but to like really tediously package them into these like high production value amalgamations like I have been doing. But like I'm so burnt out on that. I am so burnt out on that. It's just not fun anymore. And I shouldn't do things that aren't fun, because I have no actual reason to do any of this other than having fun, other than loving it, you know? So yeah. gonna start. So speaking of all those doodles and whips and stuff, I think I've got a plan for what I'm gonna do with those, because they kind of torture me. I don't like having like, because it's like 4 or 5 hours of stuff just sitting around. I don't like having all that. So I think what I'm gonna do instead is I'm just gonna release a bunch of volumes. Yeah, I'm just gonna release a bunch of volumes. It's gonna be like the Rest in Peace God King Josiah collection. I'm just gonna like organize them by like genre or style or type of content or whatever. Some of them are skits, some of them is like more ambient type stuff, some of them is pretty chaotic, whatever, more composed kind of things, whatever. Just gonna release all those, and that is gonna be so relieving, because I'm just tired of thinking about them. I've listened to most of them so many times that I am so desensitized and so over it, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna take a massive musical dump, and then I'm just gonna start letting out some casual releases whenever I've accumulated enough music to constitute an album. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I just want to focus on feeling good and enjoying myself and not stressing myself out for no reason. Life is already so stressful, you know. There's much more serious stuff to stress over, I think. And I have very limited emotional energy. So, all right. This has gone on for 17 minutes. So, I guess I should just end it here. I basically said what I set out to say in a much more long-winded manner than I anticipated, but whatever. That's fine. I'm still gonna make my vlogs, How to Heal and Be Healed by Josiah Genius, because this fucking disgusting world isn't gonna save itself, you know. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'm doing good overall. I mean, life's still a nightmare in many ways, but doing a lot better, I can say that much. A lot better. I'm a lot safer than I used to be. A much safer living situation, and I am on the path to recovery, working on myself every day. That's nice. Going on these walks almost every day. 60 to 90 minute walks on average. That's really nice. It's really good for me. I need somewhere to put all this energy. I need the changing sights and scenery. Yeah. All right. Well, take care, you people. I'm gay.